No girl can't see me and cause problem. Them a man clowns so me walk on them. Me no love chat but me I want them. Tell them this a real Shen Yang anthem. No girl can't see me and start problem. Them a man clowns so me walk on them. Me no love chat but
Alright you guys, it's Katie Cheyenne and welcome back to my channel. Today I have something a little bit different for y'all. I'm going to be showing you how I did Lovely Vanessa's makeup. You guys can follow her on Instagram in the description below. Don't forget to follow me on all my social medias. It's also going to be down in the description below. And let's jump into this video. So first I'm just starting out in the crayon case, a box of crayons palette I believe it is, and I'm just taking the shade Tan and I'm just using that as a transition shade for when I start applying all my eyeshadows. And I'm using a very fluffy blending brush just so that I can just lay this color out all across her eyelid flawlessly. Okay, so after this, what I did was take the same blending brush and I went into the Masquerade palette by Juvia's Place and I just took like a deep-ish, reddish, brownish tone and it's called Ada, A-D-A, Ada, however you say that, Ada, I don't know. But I used that and I just used it to deepen up her crease a little bit just to prepare it for the next like purplish pinky shade that I'm about to apply. And then the shade that I applied after this is Zobo, which is also in the Masquerade palette, and it's just like this pinkish purplish shade. And I use a very dense elf crease brush just to apply that inside of her crease. So what I did is I started at her outer, like her outer eye, I don't know, the outer parts of her eye, and then I blended the shade inwards towards her tear ducts, but not all the way down there, but I blended it inwards. And then I'm just like basically blending back and forth. But what I did was I tapped on the color after I blended it in, just so that like the color can be deeper and you can actually see that pinkish purplish color. And then I took the first brush that I used and I just used it to blend it out just so that there's no harsh lines and things like that. And what I did is that I go back and forth between both of the brushes and the colors just so that like that color is shown. You get what I'm saying? So here I'm just going back into that Zobo color and I'm patting that on but kind of brushing it at the same time. But in the end, I pat it on so that the color is like seen basically. I don't know. Hopefully the video is like explaining what I'm saying. You see like I'm patting it on, but then I'm like blending it out a little bit just at the top, kind of by like her brow bone ish area. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I hope y'all like kind of see what I'm talking about. The color is way deeper than when I first started. Hopefully you pick up what I'm putting down. But anyways, I'm gonna go back into the box of crayons, the crayon case palette, and I'm going to take Deep Plum and an even smaller elf crease brush, and I'm going to be starting at her outer eye once again, blending that deep purple shade in with that the second color that I applied. So I'm just going to be focusing it more on her outer corner of her eyes, and then I'm going to take whatever like the residue or whatever is left on the brush and I'm going to blend that in lightly into going further in towards her eye. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying because like I hope the video is explaining it, but I'm trying to explain it, but I don't know if I'm doing a good job. So just let me know in the comments below because I'm probably doing a terrible job. But yeah, I'm just taking that deep purple, that deep plum shade, and I'm blending it into her outer corners more. And then I'm taking that first brush that I started with, and I'm just blending out all the harsh lines because, you know, we want everything to blend together flawlessly. We don't want any harsh lines. So yeah, you're always going to see me going back with that first brush, just blending everything out. And then here I just took the LA Girl Pro concealer in the color Pure Beige. I can't even talk. I took the LA Girl Pro concealer in the color Pure Beige to cut her crease. Now, if y'all want a video on how you cut somebody crease, I can't give you a video on that because like I had to be like really focused. But I mean, I'll try to. So if you want to know, just tell me down below in the description box. That's all you got to do. But I'm basically just taking a concealer brush in that concealer, and I'm just cutting her crease very, very carefully because I'm trying not to mess up. I'm trying not to go too high or too low since she has like a real small eye space to work with, and also she has like really small eyes. I don't really want to bring the cut crease up too much, so I'm trying to cut it directly at the perfect spot. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So as you can see, I'm just cutting her crease, and then after I finish cutting her crease, I'm just going to be taking like a very dense brush, and I'm going to be patting off the excess concealer because we don't want that. And I know the right eye is kind of looking a little bit, well, the left, the right, I don't know. If you're watching the video how I'm watching the video, is the right eye. But if you turn the way how she's turning facing me, it's the left eye. But anyways, the right eye that I'm doing right now, it was a little messed up, so I'm just going back in just to fix it. And don't be afraid to take y'all time because, you know, there's no rush. No rush. So just take your time, cut the crease, and yeah, make sure everything is kind of symmetrical. So this took me like a good minute to really finesse because I didn't want the cut crease looking crazy. So I tried to make it as symmetrical as possible and as clean as possible. And then here, like I said before, I'm just going to be taking this brush and I'm going to be tapping off any excess concealer because I don't want it to get all clumpy and lumpy when I apply the next shadow on top of this. And that next shadow is in the Box of Crayons palette, and it is white that I used right here just to put as the base for my glitter that I'm about to apply. So I took the NYX glitter glue primer, I think it's called, and that's what I'm putting on her eye right now. And I'm just taking a very small tiny brush to put that glue on because I don't want to brush too big because I just want to be able to stay inside her cut crease lines. You get what I'm saying? So after that, I'm just going to be taking a brush and I'm going to be applying this NYX glitter. I'll leave which kind it is down in the description box because I don't remember right now. But yeah, I'm just applying that, and then I switched brushes because the brush that I was using before, it was gonna make it look too messy. So I just decided to use this eyeliner brush, I think it is, and apply the glitter. And then I took a very small Morphe blending brush and I took the deep plum shade and I just deepened up her crease a little bit just so that the cut crease could look a little bit sharper, if you get what I'm saying. Alright, so I had already applied eyeliner before I applied the glitter. I don't know if you guys peeped, but after I applied the white shade, I applied eyeliner and then I applied the glitter because it's kind of hard to apply glitter on top of the glitter. I mean, what am I saying? It's kind of hard to apply liner on top of the glitter. But anyways, I'm just taking the LA Girl, what is this? LA Girl primer, and I'm using that to prime her face, and I'm using some flat Real Techniques brush, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the color 330. I know that, but I can't remember the exact name. It's like toffee something, not sure. Anyways, I'm just taking this angled Real Techniques. I cannot speak today, I'm sorry y'all. I'm taking this Real Techniques foundation brush. It's angled, as you can see, and I'm just blending out her foundation. I'm blending out that little halo around her eyes from when I concealed it earlier, and I'm just trying to make sure the foundation is really flawless and evenly spread throughout her whole entire face. After that, I took the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Pure Beige, and I'm just using that to conceal her under eyes, the bridge of her nose, a little on her forehead, above her lip, and also on her chin, regular highlighting. And I'm just using the BH Cosmetics brush to blend that out. And if you know me and you watch my previous videos, you know that I just like using a brush because I just feel like the product stays and it doesn't soak up too much of the concealer on the brush. To me, it's just a better finish. I felt like she just needed a brighter under eye, so I took the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the color Sand Sable, and I used that to highlight a little bit under her eyes and also the bridge of her nose, just to bring it out a little bit more. Okay, so next I just took the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Truffle, which is the color that I highlight with. I felt like it might have been dark enough to contour for her. And I just used that same Real Techniques brush that I used to basically just dot her foundation on her face. I used that to blend out the concealer, but then I felt like she needed a little bit more depth, so I use another Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and this one is in the color 332, and I just use that to just darken up like her contour a little bit more using that same Real Techniques brush. Okay, so after I apply that around her face, I use the foundation brush that I use for her foundation, and I used it to blend out the contour just to make sure like it blend really seamlessly. Don't know what I'm saying today. Just to make sure that it blend really seamlessly into her face. Then I'm going to be taking this Revlon Banana Luxury setting powder, and I'm going to use that to set her highlighted areas like her under eyes and the bridge of her nose, her forehead, above her lip, and also her chin. And before I did this, I did take that brush that I used to blend out her concealer. I took it again and just blended out her under eyes just to make sure there was no creasing going on under there. And then I applied this setting powder on top of it. I didn't really bake her. I kind of just put the powder on and then I just brushed it off right after because I don't know, like baking just never works for me, so I just set it real quick and then I did. But anyways, I'm just taking that same powder down the bridge of her nose, and I'm going to be taking a single eyeshadow from NYX in the color Dance with the Tides, and I'm just going to be taking a very fluffy small blending brush, and I'm just going to be using that to contour her nose because we gonna snatch it today. And then I just blended away the little bit of powder that was left, and then I used that same eyeshadow, single eyeshadow, to powder contour her face just to add that little warmth of brown back into her face. Sorry for my big head being in the way, but this is my first time doing this on camera and your girl was struggling, and this is the best that I can do, so take me as I am or leave. Alright, so what I did was take that same foundation brush and I just used it to press in the powder just to ensure that when she takes a picture with flash that there's no flashback. And I did take a picture with flash after doing this, just to make sure there was no flashback, because that's how I ensure myself that there's no flashback. But yeah, this is what I do just to set that powder like really deep into the skin. And then I'm just gonna go back into that deep plum shade in the Box of Crayons palette, and I'm gonna be taking a very flat smudge brush, eyeshadow brush, don't know what it's called, and I'm going to be blending out that deep plum shade underneath her under eye. And then after I do that, I'm going to go back into the Masquerade palette by Juvia's Place on this small little Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to blend that deep plum out with the Zobo color, which is both of the colors that I used on her eye. I'm just using that the same two colors underneath her eyes just to blend everything out, just to make the look all come together. And I didn't get this on camera, but I did take a black eyeliner and I just used that in her waterline just to make everything, I don't know, it just makes everything pop. So you'll see, like, when she has the black in her waterline, everything just came together. And then I did add lashes off camera as well. So this is her back with the lashes and with the black eyeliner. And I'm just taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm taking Sunlight, I think it is. I hope that's the color. And I'm taking the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm using that to highlight the highest points of her face. And then I also added a bit on her nose as well as on the bridge of her nose. And later on, you guys are going to see that I did use a fan brush and I added some highlight to her brow bone as well. Hey, me again, back, because I forgot to say that I did add some of that highlight to her inner corners, and I just took like a really small tiny brush that can get into the tear ducts, and I just added the highlight to her inner corners as well. Then I'm just going into this e.l.f. blush palette, and I'm just taking that the pinkish shade, and I'm just using that to add like a little bit of pink into her face. I'm using this angled brush from BH Cosmetics. It's real fluffy, so I'm just brushing that blush. Also using it to blend the highlight and her contour together as well, so that it can all look blended out and just look as one. I also forgot to mention, before I added the highlight, I did spray her face with the Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me achieve this glittery glam look. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow me on all my social medias down in the description box. Don't forget to check out my makeup page at Pretty Beast by Katie. Follow that too, and I'll see y'all in the next video.